Everybody, this is Tyler Buchanan?
Behunin. Yes.
Okay, so he's only been working there for a long time now. But anyways, one of probably our younger apprentices, but he is teaching us something today. So as you guys know, in order to get your journeyman's license, the state of Colorado, and I'm not sure if this is nationwide, but I do know the state of Colorado requires schooling prior to that. Well, schooling isn't cheap and somebody has to pay for it. So Tyler, being resourceful here, has some awesome information for any apprentices who might be considering the trade. So Tyler, tell us, first of all, he came to me real quick, sorry. He came to me asking, hey, can you pay for my apprenticeship program, right? Or a semester or whatever. And I was a little leery because Tyler is somewhat new. He hasn't been here quite a year yet. So I was like, let's talk about it type of thing. Well, in between all that, Tyler took initiative and went and figured out that there's actually funding available for apprentices, and that's what I want him to talk a little bit about here. So
yeah, sure. So the program is called the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, and I'm not 100% if it's local to Colorado or if it's a federal program, but it does offer funding for apprenticeships and all areas of trades that are in need within a specific location. So if you want to get into trucking, plumbing, whatever it is, these guys will help you out. It's basically any in-demand jobs. They are looking to fund your capability of being able to do so. So they are taking care of me not just on my schooling, but they're also offering me a couple different grants that will allow me to get tools and reliable transportation and things like that are going to help me throughout the course of my apprenticeship.
That's amazing. So how did you initiate all this? Like, where did you go? What were your first steps to find out?
Yeah, actually, I found out about it through word of mouth. So I called the school that I was interested in being a part of, and I said, okay, how much does it cost? Can I potentially fund this myself? How much is my employer going to have to fund? I just wanted to know everything that I possibly could about what was going to be necessary in order for me to get started. And they gave me the numbers and told me it was going to be X, Y, and Z. And then I went out and said, okay, what other opportunities are there for me to get this taken care of? And I started talking to some people at the school who actually referred me to this program. And it was actually kind of hard to find online. They gave me the number and everything, but the Workforce Innovation Opportunities Act, that's what you're going to be looking for. And I got in touch with a case manager who took on my particular case and has built a whole profile around me and my needs for this apprenticeship, and she's doing a great job. She's taking good care of me.
What were some of the questions that you had to go through, and what was the vetting process, I guess, that you had to go through with the whole system?
Sure. So they wanted to know exactly what I was interested in doing. They wanted to know my progress thus far and what I needed, and then also they wanted to know a little bit of my financial background, like did I receive any assistance during the COVID crisis and things like that. And then they asked me just basic questions about my GED, high school diploma kind of things, if I had any other continued education. But other than that, it was super straightforward and simple. I think she may have done a quick background check, but that was the extent of it. And then she came back to me and said that, yep, you're approved for all of this, and now we're getting the balls rolling, and it's going really well.
So how long ago did you start the process to the point of where they approved it?
Yeah, it took a total of, I would say, around 5 or 6 weeks. I originally reached out to them. They set me up with an orientation where I came in with a lot of different folks from all different backgrounds, and we had someone describe what the program entails and what kinds of things are available depending on the specific case scenario. And then from there, I set up an appointment with my case manager who built that profile and told me what she would be able to do for me.
As far as the funding, do they just send you a check, or what does that look
like? For the school, they actually work directly with the school. I don't have to do any kind of middleman there. They just send the school sends them an invoice. They cut the school a check. It's super easy for me. I don't have to do anything.
That's awesome. Was there anything outside of schooling? You mentioned tools and truck and stuff like that. Were you able to access any additional funds?
So I do have access to some additional funds. Now, I don't want to create an impression of what they're going to be able to do for any specific person given their circumstances. Sure. But I do have some funds available, and I'm working with my case manager to get access to those funds.
Super cool. Okay, and remind me the name again. And,
Yes, I keep having to remind myself. The Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, the WIOA.
Okay, so yeah, cool. And I'll try to post a link on the video or whatever for people to access that. But that's a big deal, because what's a semester of school cost in
It's
these days?
over $1,000, I think.
It's over $1,000, you know. So most apprentices aren't exactly killing it in the field right now. So this is a big deal for us as the employer and for the apprentices coming up. So man, if there's money out there available, then there you go. I would highly suggest looking into this if you guys are considering or struggling with paying your tuition for school, acquiring your journeyman. So right on, dude. Thank you. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. That's awesome that you did that. It's a huge resource. I think you're gonna probably end up with 4,000 likes on this video. Woo! Right on.